Hey everybody, this is the Lockman Megacross. This is the Can't Believe It's More Mushrooms purple belt version. This is actually my second go at this lock. My first one I did record, and maybe I'll throw it to the side here for comparison. I just didn't manage to gut it. I didn't have my tools, and then when I went to go get my tools, they were underneath my computer, and when I moved my computer, it stopped recording. So we're going to go ahead and give this a pick. Normally I would counterclockwise tension. I just can't with this lock. Effectively because counterclockwise picking and counterclockwise tension, when I have spooled elements, I'm basically increasing tension when I'm doing that. So if I go counter direction, I decrease tension as I apply pick force, and it naturally makes it easier to set spooled elements. So we're going to go ahead counterclockwise. Pin 1, nothing. Pin 2, a little bit. Pin 3, pin 4, and pin 5. Nice click out of 5. 4 now. I think 4 is loose. Leave it alone. 3 is not loose though. There we go. 2, 1, 2, 3. 4 is not loose now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think our side pins are as good as I can get them for now. So we'll go to the top pins. Pin 1, and a little bit. Pin 2, a little bit. 3. Got some motion, and 4 into a deep falset. Some definite drag here. One of the side pins is dragging on my pick now. I'll go back to that side stack, figure out which one it is. It's probably 3 or 2. This is 2. 3. It's definitely 3. So 1, 2, 3. Now a little bit here too. Getting a deeper falset definitely woke up some of the other pins. 5 still good. This is 4. I think we're golden now on that. So one thing you do got to keep in mind, if you push on warding, it's going to feel like counter rotation. So make sure you're on pins. 3. I think our side stacks are as good as we can get them. See if our top has anything for us. think we're golden on everything up here. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. 4, and we're open. So it was just 4 holding us up there. Alright, so that's the Megacross picked. Probably faster than the first time, not by a huge amount, but we'll leave it playing in the top corner, if it's still going. And let's get to gutting this, now that I actually have everything here that I need to. So get my vise out of the way, and get my camera set up for gutting. So let's go ahead, get all my gutting goodies, and bring my camera to more of an overhead view for this. There we go. So, let's get started. Let's get this guy out of this housing. There is a screwdriver spot right there. Looks like we're going to use my just one driver. And so what happens on a lot of these Japanese styles is this actually comes apart and allows you to basically get like a key and knob style lever out of it. And then, so these are just the components of the housing basically that holds that key and knob lever. And then we have this guy right here. So this was the top stack, this was our left stack. When we were picking it, should probably lock it back up. We can do this 2 ways. We can pop off this top, or we could try to use a follower, but I don't have a follower. This is actually just a little bit smaller than my normal follower, and I haven't printed one. So what I've done the last time I was gonna gut this is I snipped off the little tabs. So you can see there's like little tabs that do live here. And I just snipped off, on this one I went ahead and snipped off both sides. I didn't need to, but snip off one of the tabs, and then you can just push these to gut. So they will sit on there plenty tight enough without those tabs. Oh, and I sent a spring flying, just like that. Come back, Mr. Spring. So obviously the lock was functional, that spring was there. I'm not going to worry about reshooting for that, but that is our top spring 1. And then trying to get these, the difficulty this way, if you're going to use one of these for a belting video, is showing your mushroom orientation can be quite challenging. So what I'm going to do is like that, and you can see that's the thick part there, and there's the head of the mushroom, so it was properly installed. Get our mushroom out. They are installed in the orientation that has the head of the mushroom pointing down. They technically still do something when mounted the other way around, but it's not as fun. You get that sharp counter rotation as this head, or as this narrow spot happens. You are stuck at shear, and you have to counter rotate out of shear, or counter rotate in order to get this head past the shear line. So it's more fun having it in this direction, and it's the proper direction. And there's a key pin in there. Then we'll go ahead and advance one more. Not send the spring flying this time. So as you can see, these are on quite tight, even with the side things off. So I'm going to go ahead, push on it carefully, my finger, keep my finger over the spring. And then just slowly lift my thumb up. And there's my spring. And then, I don't know if there's really a way to tell orientation from here. I don't think the heads are much narrower than the body to tell, so again, gonna do this little trick where I put him in and dump out onto him so you can see there's the fat side. You can see that the head was not up. So get this head mushroom pointed the right way on my tray. And dump out that key pin. Look at that, I even got it in there the right direction the first time. 100% skill, not luck. On to the third. There's our third spring. And then our third mushroom. Come on. There we go. So you can see there's our thin top spot versus our head. And dump out the key pin. And then there is one more key pin set up here on this top side. There we go. And get the mushroom out. Showing off that orientation. There we go. That one would be kind of a rough pass at a black belt level, but I'm going to let it slide. But I think there are at least a couple frames where you could tell that it was the right way. And then we got the ball bearing. So the top side has a ball bearing at the end. It has a stronger, thicker spring. You can kind of see compared to the other ones, it's the same length, but it is thicker. And there's a ball bearing in there. And what that does is it helps center the lock and hold it in position. There are quite a few Japanese locks that do that. Goal locks, Lockman. There's a couple others. So now let's go to the left side. Like I said, I had already broken off the little tabs. And then get my thumb in the way so the spring doesn't go flying. So then this is going to be our left side. And try to show off mushroom orientation. Oh, look at that, I grabbed it perfectly that time. I'm inventing wild new techniques as we go. So there's our mushroom, our key pin. Nope. Mr. Spring wanted to go for an adventure. Let's go ahead and grab that mushroom pin. Oops. Well, you could see that there was in there the correct way at least. For a little bit, I just wasn't able to catch it on the way out. Him and Mr. Keypin wanted to go for a ride. And there's spring for 3. See if we can come up with Someone's probably made a 3D printed speed loader for this that makes it a lot easier to show. But yeah, that you could see too very briefly, I'm sure, that it was in fact correct. There's the key pin. And pin 4. Not enough yet, there we go. It's getting stuck in there now. There it goes. Key pin. This is our last one now. There's our spring. Come on, Mr. Pin. Make sure. Oh, what's happening is the mushroom head's actually getting, you can see it's getting stuck by the chamber rotating here, so I'm gonna hold that. Now it should come out. I said, now it should come out. And there it goes with its key pin. Alright, and then let's take a look at the core too while we're here. Probably should have taken this part off when I still had a pin in there, but we'll do it now. I can use the tail piece to prop against and hold the core in position. And then there's our little tail piece stuff and our core. There is a pin in there for stopping the tip of the key, it looks like. And this core comes right out. So this was the left stack. There's some definite over milling. You can see on these chambers. They're not perfectly circular, they are rounded out, which actually makes these mushrooms, it allows the mushrooms to basically sit in that spot, and it'll catch, a mushroom will catch between the shear line, the top of it will be in here, and there'll be enough little play for the mushroom to be in the mushroom head. So that is an anti-pick feature. You can see the top stack's very similar. It's got that divot for the ball bearing centering, and that's just a pin for tip stop. So as the key goes in, this key actually has a shoulder on it, but that tip stop is also in place. Not sure why they use both, but they do. Most keys are either, they either have a tip stop like multi-lock and are stopped by their tip and then they bit away from the tip, or a majority of locks I'd say stop when the shoulder hits the face of the lock and then bitting cuts are from there. But this one appears to just have both, probably for wear or some reason, just to keep consistent. So that is our Megacross mushrooms. There's nothing fancy about the core itself, or the housing, plug housing, whatever you want to call it. Pretty straightforward. So let's get a little bit of a close-up of the pins here. And our ball bearing who's going on an adventure. So there's that was our top stack. And that is our bottom stack. And you see nice sharp little mushrooms. Those are pretty small features, but man are they a lot of fun to pick. So that has been the Lockman Megacross. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you all later.